Good morning, pregame crew. It is Tuesday, October 4th, 2022, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. You're at the pregame show, and what we do here is we go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. I'll get started officially in 8 minutes. I will rip through about 25 charts in 25 minutes. I'll take a couple chart requests before and after if I have time. And right now I'm going to do an audio visual check and say hello to my friends. Good morning, Greg, Bennett, Andre, Trainman, E.R. Berg, Allnet, Carlos, Paul, Luciano, Night Truck, good morning. Hey, Andre, Derek, Barry, Bass, Casey. Thank you, Night Truck. No, you, Casey Zimmerman. Are we talking about the show you or just the letter U? Just kidding. Hey, Whitney, good morning. How's everybody doing? We have a lot of Fed speakers today, but we also need to remember that each time that they're stacking the schedule with Fed speakers all over the place at their various functions, the market gets desensitized. I think it was Fed Williams yesterday speaking, and the statements were pretty harsh about the inflation. It didn't move the market. So I think there's like 6 different Fed speakers today. So the market is growing desensitized to it. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to be desensitized to Bullard, the ultimate hawk, or Powell, but just something to think about. But otherwise, let's look at what we have on the docket today. Today, motor vehicle sales, market focus, factory orders, the 52-week bill auction. So not a ton, and we have this posted in our whiteboard channel every morning. It's not a ton of things on the economic calendar. Most importantly is Friday, non-farm payrolls. Non-farm payrolls. We're at the 4-hour resistance right now on ES, and I am currently in a short, just FYI. All right, let me go back up. Yeah, we can look at it, ER. I pulled up the fact sheet on FNGU, and I'll go over that. Buongiorno. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Mike. Bob, I have no FOMO spray available. Asa. Hey, Lisa, Maxat, Lori. Hi, Lori. Ian, hello. Amir, Trey. Yeah, hit the like button. Thanks, Duncan. Lost Prophet, Mike, Mary, Jason. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I pulled up the fact sheet on FNGU. So I want, you can't always understand exactly what you're trading. I mean, we would have to spend a lot of fundamental hours like researching the vehicle that you're trading, but you really need to know, and you really need to know ETNs versus ETFs. XIV that blew up in February of 2018, when it blew up, it was an ETN and it came unraveled underneath. ETNs are more volatile than ETFs, okay? Exchange traded note. See this right here? It's a leveraged exchange traded note versus an exchange traded fund. And these are just a little more volatile. So just remember that when you're trading them. I don't know why that warning came through so loud and clear to me today, but every time I see ETN, I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So just I size down if I'm knowingly trading an ETN, and I don't trade them often. And also it's a leveraged ETN. So it's a leveraged instrument. So if we go chart it, we're going to have decay in there. And the decay comes from the 1%. Let's see, where's the fee? A daily investor fee is almost 1% per year. So that built-in fee causes that decay. One of the causes, I guess, of the decay, I should say. And so we don't have a derivative. It's 10% Apple, 10% Amazon. It's spread evenly across these. So I don't have an underlying really to chart. So I'm going to chart FNGU, but I just wanted to go over those details about what you're trading so you understand and you size accordingly. FNGU, this is a bull, I'm assuming. I just had the fact sheet and took it down. But this is the bull ETN for those top 10 tech companies. And I think a pullback buy makes sense against yesterday's low, 575. And I would do that very cautiously, very cautiously. Go back up. High. Bask wants to look at beat. We have 3 minutes till we get started with the indices. Oh, these upper wicks are brutal on these small caps. So brutal. What kind of percentage is that? Yeah, 20%. Oh, wow. 20% pullback from the high of yesterday. It's just brutal. You have to be careful with these names. You have support after hours 395. I would trust 390 more because it happened during regular trading hours, and then 379. Your resistance is the pre-market high 433. Danger. Your 8 EMA is down at 329. Hourly is getting tight, super tight, but those bull breaks without a lot of follow through and huge pullback. As long as the bears are winning and shorting bounces, right now this name says short me when I bounce and you'll get a great return. So careful. U for Casey. Nope, that's a Y. I have an ergonomic keyboard and it's amazing. My hands feel so much better, but I swear I'm still making typos left and right. And I love typing. It's very frustrating. Hopefully I'll get used to it. I'm going back and forth between my MacBook, which is a regular keyboard, and then this ergonomic one, and I'm just not making the transition back and forth very well. So on you, a 4-hour higher low is expected compared to 31.20. I would use yesterday's support. 31.41 is your low, but we can't lose sight of who's in control. The 8 EMA is just dominating price, absolutely dominating. Bulls will have their time in the sun, and it could be today. They're getting over that 34.71, and they have room for a 4-hour higher low, but they still have a lot of construction to do. You see this daily chart? It kind of looks like, well, Intel looks much worse, but that 8 EMA domination. I like Intel as a company, and I want to own it because of the dividend. It's been very frustrating to try to attempt a bottom because this daily chart just 8 EMA is, look at that. Even more obvious is on the weekly. All right, 1 more minute. Let's go over silver and then I'll get started. Silver with a beautiful move yesterday, and we got a weekly. We broke over weekly resistance 2087. Wow. So we have a weekly trend change to the upside, and we broke over. I'm making sure I'm on the right COMEX. Okay. We broke over that 2087 resistance. Wow. 1 second. My mouse decided to take a small siesta. Welcome back, mouse. So glad you could join us. Daily RSI is approaching overbought in a monthly downtrend. There will be a short on silver, but it ain't right now. Hourly is testing. Well, maybe it is. You could take a pretty responsible short against $21 and be very disciplined with your stop. Double bottom right now, tweezer bottom at 20.76. But look at these pullbacks yesterday. It had these type of bobbles and still recovered. So just know that these bulls are, again, hungry hippos. Speaking of hippos, yes, I can transition with that. Watch me. This is the bears today. They're skeptical hippos. They're looking at these bulls like, really? Are you really going to pull this off? Or is this just short covering? So we got skeptical hippos today on ES with this 4-hour megaphone. And welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. You can check us out at chartguys.com. We teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at Chart Gal Lori, it'd be greatly appreciated. And then tonight we have a free, you got it, free webinar. Well, Charting Man Dan, he will be going over crypto technical analysis information. He'll go over the state of the market as it is, probably go over indices as well. He typically doesn't talk about crypto without mentioning the status or the state of indices. And he'll go over our Tradr Pro alert system. But you will learn, even if you have zero interest in trading crypto or the Tradr Pro alerts, you'll still learn technical analysis. I know I always do when Dan is on the mic. So you can click on that link and it's pinned right here. Right here at the top of the chat, you can click on that link to sign up for the free webinar. If you can't make it live, that's okay too. We will email you the recorded version of the webinar so you can watch it afterwards. So I would go check that out. So yes, we're going to start with the indices. We have a 4-hour megaphone. I have not adjusted these lines. Maybe I should. I told you I ran over that red candle right there. I kind of smushed them, but I haven't adjusted them at all. And we were running into that resistance, and we got hourly overbought. Hourly overbought in a daily downtrend. We broke to a higher high, but we don't. Hey, Hippo, how are you? You're cute. We broke to a higher high, but we have no trend change confirmation yet. Therefore, we're in a daily downtrend with hourly overbought. It's typically a decent area to short. That was my trade criteria. And I just top fished this 15-minute lower high at 3755, looking for a temporary top. And this is elevated bear volume, but we also have people waking up. So I'm not saying that the bears are stepping in large here. They really haven't made an impression on anyone yet. They can't take out this 374650 yet. We have a double bottom there. So we'll see what happens today. Bulls have favor as long as these hourly EMAs are below price, and we're holding this 8 EMA like a champ. When we pull away from the 8 EMA like this and price creates this air pocket, but I didn't draw that very well, the air pocket between price and that quick EMA, it lets me know that there's most likely a lot of short covering happening. When we get that squeezy where it just keeps going, you're like, wait, RSI 77, it's 78, it's 79, it's 80 on the 5-minute, and it just keeps going. Very short squeeze-ish. And when you think about it, what is the most powerful rally or market move there can be? Is it to the downside or to the upside? Downside can have very fast velocity, typically faster than a move to the upside, but short covering happens because you can lose 300% to the upside. On a $3 stock that goes to $9, $12, you're losing multiple hundreds of percent if you're shorting that. If you short and it goes against you. If you're long and it goes against you, the most you can lose is 100% as it relates to commons. So bears have more risk typically on the table when they're short millions of shares. They have more risk on the table because bulls can go higher longer than bears can remain solvent. Overall, bears are still in control of larger time frames, and we can't lose that reference point. Despite waking up to all of this green, we cannot lose the reference point. Okay, off the screen, I have a ton of notes that I type up for myself and for TCG members. When I'm done, I copy and paste these notes over to the TCG chat room so our members can slice and dice them as they see fit. So Hang Seng was closed overnight. I woke up this morning like 0.83. That was the same as yesterday. Red, but they were closed. Asia markets were closed yesterday, and the DAX is up 3% so far. 3%. That is a big move. That's huge. So we're up 1.5% on ES, and NASDAQ, we're up 1.82%. Here's the fly in the ointment. The fly in the ointment is NASDAQ was unable to get over last week's high, 11,61350. Reason number 312 that I shorted this morning. Just kidding. There wasn't 312 reasons. I was looking at that ES megaphone, but ES made it over last week's high. Do you see that? 3751. ES made it over last week's 4-hour high. NASDAQ did not. And NASDAQ is the big kahuna. We need the big kahuna to lead. And it's not leading this morning. It's definitely having a beautiful bounce. Congratulations. You're cute. I'm not saying you're ugly and cute, but we needed NQ to clear 11,61350 for continuation. And that's why I feel more confident in this short here because NQ didn't lead the way. All right, so ES, did I give you levels? Your next resistance, 3,800, 3,805, 3,833, and your support, 3,57175. And on the next pullback, you have enough room for a 4-hour higher low. Praise Jesus, pass the liquor. So you have enough room for a 4-hour higher low. The bulls have entered the building. But conservative bulls that miss this move, you just have to patiently wait for a pullback. And I would be watching the hourly EMAs and look for a pullback to that 21 EMA, or first 5-minute oversold could give some nice entries, or 15-minute. We have to just wait and see, and I'll be watching market internals. As always, my grandma would always say, I'm watching you with my good eye, which she had 2 good eyes. I don't know why she would always say that, but I'll have one eye on the market internals and one eye on price action like I do every day. So on ES, I gave you the resistances And supports, you really haven't made a ton of support on the way up. You have a tiny level here at 3701. Let's call it 3700 and then 3686. And we can always remember different levels like 365750, this 3660. That was just a big area over here. So we could watch that. And what was that June level? Hi, Skeptical. You're still cute. That June low that we lost, 36.39, that could come into play as well. So we just have to remember these larger names. And where are we bouncing from? Do you remember the crazy lady last week? We're bouncing at that weekly 200 MA, which is what we've been watching. NQ, we're bouncing at the weekly 200 MA. Let me give you the levels. Resistance 11335, 11281. Excuse me, those are supports. Resistance that 11613 that we couldn't clear. RTY. Good morning, Chris. How are you? All right. So support on RTY 1721 and 1671. So this 4 hour, we were able to get pole vault. We were able to pole vault over 1731. Really cleared it here. RTY with relative strength. Remember yesterday I showed you the image with the man with all the boxes on his back and Russell was carrying us. Well, it continues to carry us. It is saying follow the leader, and instead of Simon says, it's playing Russell says. Russell says keep moving up, NASDAQ, move your butt. YM Dow, we have 4 hour megaphone, your next resistance 30160. This was reason number 313 that I was short this morning, and I posted in chat 30,028 Dow. We talked about psychological levels. We were talking about it up here, and I think it was right there. Yeah, here. We set an alert. Tell us when. Was it here? I don't remember when, but y'all remember it, where we look at 31,000, 30,000. We look at these psychological round numbers. Dow tends to respect them, and it recoiled right at that area at 30028 overnight, and that's where it pulled back. 15-minute has lost the uptrend. 299. Yep, we lost the uptrend right here. Your next support 29827. VIX. Dynamite, you're cute. Yeah, thank you, Andre. I appreciate you mentioning the dollar. I have it over here on my other screen, and I have a lot of comments about it, and I skipped it. Y'all know I can't miss King Dixie, so this is from my notes. 4 hour approaching, 4 hour oversold. Market equities welcome this overnight pullback. Retracement significant enough to expect a daily lower high on the next bounce. So I'm now going to move that over there. So now on the next bounce, bears will be looking to top fish Dixie, and this is a welcome development for all foreign currencies and equity markets for the dollar to take a frickin' breather, because it's been running forever. But we have 4 hour oversold, so let's go back. I'm going a little fast here. We have a daily uptrend. Higher low, higher high, and now where do we set the higher low? Bulls have enough room for a higher low. So we are in a daily uptrend with 4 hour approaching oversold. If 4 hour gets oversold, that definitely could be an area, which is reason number 314 that I got short this morning. It could be an area where market bears start taking more control, which they are right now. If you followed me on that trade, you should be good and green now. So tell me when RSI, I'm just going to say approaching 30. I don't need to know when it's exactly 30. I just want to, it could start bouncing prior to 30 if Dixie bulls that missed the move up start front running any type of oversold bounce. So that's really helping the indices. TLT bouncing, but I must say TLT was not impressive yesterday at all. I was expecting more action from bonds. TLT had less action, but ZB had a great day yesterday. Look at that. They had a wonderful day. So we said the market, in order for it to find a bottom and get over this godforsaken 4 hour 50 MA, we had to see a pullback in the dollar, and that's what happened. And this bonds bounce helped the market bounce. Okay, I think I went over the major instruments. Went over Russell. Okay, let's go into crypto. Crypto has been testing that 2018.272, that daily resistance here. Got this daily EQ, and we have enough room for a daily higher low. Look what's overhead. The 50 MA, the Great Wall of Louisiana overhead, daily 50 MA. So it appears as though the bulls will need one more pullback to possibly go pole vault over that 50 MA on the daily. Potential 4-hour bull flag, not the kind you want. We have elevated bear volume and we have an upper wick of profit taking on that candle. We don't want upper wicks on potential bull flags. You have an hourly EQ with resistance 20055, 20160, support 19813, and let me get some water. Mary, that's when brokers open. So when brokers open, you'll see some volatility come in as the market makers try to keep an orderly market. Okay. Oh, I always have so many comments in my little brain that I need to keep to myself. So we have an hourly EQ on Bitcoin. As long as the hourly EMAs are overhead, and let me just, I say this so much, how about I stop saying it and we just all go get the tattoo, okay? As long as the hourly EMAs are below us, bulls are in control. The same thing goes for bear positions. As long as the hourly EMAs are above us, bears are in control. So right now we have an hourly EQ. Bitcoin bulls are slowing up here, but they have not lost control. Ethereum tested daily resistance of 1373. We hit 1360, couldn't quite get through it yet. Plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low on the next pullback. Hourly going sideways as bulls take a pause. So I like it when we think of this as bulls consolidating in time instead of price. They're not really even consolidating in time. This isn't cooling off a ton. But when you have sideways rest, it's kind of like they're not coming back to the bench. I view the EMAs as the bench. I was a basketball player my whole life, so a lot of my analogies come back to sports. Sorry about that if that doesn't make sense to you or you don't relate. But I think of it as them returning to the bench, getting a towel, getting a glass of water, getting a rest before they could possibly take another leg up, or they're not even coming back to the bench. They're like, no, coach, I'll just stay out here and I'll work on assist. You know, I won't worry about shooting. I'll just be focused on rebounds and assists. So they're not even coming off the court yet. They're just going sideways. Gold. Okay. You are disgusting. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Some of these people, and that wasn't even a robot, which makes it even grosser. Grosser? That's a word right now. It's a word today. I know that it's more gross, but it's a word today. Hourly EMAs are totally supporting price. You have support at 1709 and 1704. You have resistance at 1721. Daily, we have a higher high. Gold has a higher high. Who would have thunk? I've been giving these bulls crap for several weeks. So they have enough room for daily higher low on the next pullback. And doesn't that make sense? It totally makes sense. So dollar, we have that big move up, huge pullback. So we're looking for a daily lower high on dollar. And then the opposite is true for gold. Big push up. Now we have enough room for a daily higher low and higher high if the bulls are so inclined. Get some short-term resistance and support. 1709 is support and 1704 is resistance. ER, you're funny. Hey, Julius, how are you? All right. 1 second, more water. Platinum had a beautiful day. If you didn't watch Dan's videos last week, amazing call on silver and platinum, just absolutely amazing. And I missed it, and that's okay. Now I'm waiting for that daily higher low. Platinum is on the Lori's menu for trading next week. It may be this week, it could be next week, we'll see. But platinum looks beautiful, looking for a daily higher low. It broke out of this very long falling wedge that Dan's been drawing on the market recap video for a couple weeks now, and it came to fruition. You say hourly time frame a million times, and let's see how you say it. People are rude this morning, and y'all gonna get me spicy, and that ain't fun. We're looking for a monthly higher low on oil. We have a daily uptrend. And we're looking for an hourly higher low compared to 83.62. We're holding the hourly EMAs just fine. So bulls are in control of this chart, and we have API estimates after hours at 4:30, and we have inventory in the morning at 10:30. All right. 15-minute looks great. I have to say I'm having a very difficult time with oil. I've been looking for this monthly higher low for a while now. And the 4-hour, this pullback here really messed me up. I thought we were going to get an opportunity to buy, and then it lost the 4-hour uptrend, and it just really got me all discombobulated. And we're supposed to have an OPEC meeting tomorrow, and that also is very difficult to read. And y'all know that nat gas and oil are my two names that I trade often, and I just haven't been able to read oil. And it's frustrating because I've missed this move up of 12%. And the monthly higher low is most likely set at this point. So all you can do is buy a pretty big pullback if we get one, but I can't do that ahead of inventory and OPEC tomorrow. So I smile and wave. And when I say frustrated, I mean I'm frustrated for about 30 seconds and then I let it go. So it's really important in trading when you miss runs that I missed it. What was the signal I missed? Next time, this is what I need to cue in on, and just kind of deconstruct the trade and then be done with it and move on. Nat gas. Oh, Juan, you're cute. You're welcome. Yeah, don't come for me. I will send for you. For sure. Nat gas. Nat gas. Okay, this is the same scenario, not same, but similar scenario as oil. I've been preaching to y'all, nat gas monthly higher low, oil monthly higher low. We've gotten into this area where it's like do or die. Well, oil did. Oil got that monthly higher low. Nat gas has not put in the signs yet that it's ready to get the higher low. And I don't know if we're possibly just waiting for this weekly 50 MA touch at 6226. And that makes a lot of sense to me that could happen. So right now they're attempting a 4-hour double bottom at 6:30. All right. And we have a double top at 6566. So we got some pretty clear levels here on nat gas. We have a clear support and clear resistance. We'll see how this shakes out, but very choppy action, and bears have been in control, and I haven't felt comfortable going short when we're looking for that monthly higher low. So I think we're getting to that key area for nat gas, and I don't want to miss this one. So I will be keeping you informed as to what I'm thinking, especially if you're in TCG. I will keep you updated more often. And if you're here, I'll keep you updated on the weekdays. All right, so Apple. Who got Apple yesterday? Apple was a beautiful Queen of the Mountain trade. I thought that was a really good trade setup. I was very proud of it, if I must say. So we're looking for a 4-hour higher low on Apple. So a pullback buy makes sense, and you may want to look for a 5-minute back burner trade. Let's go set that alert right now. Tell me when RSI drops below 30 on the 5-minute, and that may represent a great opportunity to nail that hourly or 4-hour higher low. Oh, good, Carlos. Good. Whitney, awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad y'all grabbed it. Okay, Amazon, I'm going to have to delete this quick before Jason sees these trend lines and flips the table, because these trend lines are not accurate at all. But what I'm noting is that these higher highs are not getting follow through. Do you see that? And we got lower low without follow through, and another lower low without follow through. If you take the extended hours off, it looks a little bit cleaner. But we've talked yesterday about broadening formations and what are the signs and what does it mean? Bull exhaustion, bear exhaustion, bear exhaustion. So does this represent another area where bulls could potentially get exhausted? And when you think about what's happening with price action, it completely makes sense. They use all this buying power for a higher high, only to get taken down to a lower low. All this power for a higher high. Now, will it stick? I'm not saying that it won't. I feel more comfortable buying a pullback on Amazon than shorting it up here because of the resistance problem. we have a resistance problem here. So we hit 119.64 this morning. What am I supposed to use as my stop if I try to go short here? I guess I could use the pre-market after hours high, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. On ES, I'm essentially using the NASDAQ high of 11,613.25 or 75. 11,613.50. I'm using that as, okay, so that's a high that NASDAQ was unable to get through. So now I can short ES for a 5-minute lower high against that 3,755. So I hope all that just made sense. So Amazon, I feel more confident or a higher conviction for a pullback buy versus a top fish this morning. So I'll go set my alert. Tell me when RSI gets oversold, and I may or may not take it. And if I get the alert, I always post it in general chat so you can take the trade if you're interested. NVIDIA. What did I write about NVIDIA? I did not write anything very insightful, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't write anything very insightful. Hourly, overbought, conservative bulls waiting for a pullback buy, aggressive bears looking to top fish a 5-minute lower high. So same thing here. We have this megaphone type action, higher highs, lower lows without follow through. I just think we're in a danger area. I like buying a pullback to the hourly EMAs for an hourly higher low. I like that setup just a little bit more. You have support at 12453. First 5-minute oversold could be a nice area. Let me go back and look at the daily. Yeah, I did not draw this on the daily, but it's still true with this potential broadening formation. And that daily bull divergence was that like chef's kiss silver platter yesterday? It was beautiful. Same thing with ES. It did what we needed it to do too. Remember yesterday I drew this daily bull divergence? Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Okay, let me go back up. Tesla. Okay, Tesla's the one that I didn't have anything insightful to say. That was the one. Dead cat bounce so far. No real trend changes to mention. Super weak, 8% down day. And think about when you throw a ball very fast to the ground, you throw it hard like a rubber ball, it bounces harder than had it just dribbled down, then it has a weak bounce. So we have a strong bounce. If you look at, let's look at this. So Amazon's bounced 3%. Apple's bounced 1.75%. Does that mean that Tesla's stronger? No, it doesn't. It's just getting more of a dead cat bounce. They haven't proven anything. They can't get over the EMAs. They haven't proven a ton. I think a pullback buy could make sense for a high risk counter trend trade, but Tesla is my least favorite ticker today to trade. I don't want to get in front of short covering, but bears are in control of this chart. Meta. Oh, good, Whitney. Awesome. Awesome, Mary. Great, Sincere. Awesome, Miguel. Good, good, good. So it's nice that I just stop and focus on positive comments and positive people and keep my energy up, because I know that it's important for the show, for let's just keep pushing forward and don't give the negative people any time of day. So I definitely need to work on that a little more. So on Meta, I like Meta. Potential pullback buy, looking for a 4-hour higher low in the 4-hour EQ. So this is a rough EQ, but if you take the extended hours off, you can see it a lot better. I bought Meta yesterday and I still like Meta. Here's something that I noted yesterday that really kind of took me by surprise. I know that Meta, Facebook has had the living snot's a bad word, kids, slung out of it since for a full year. It has dropped in value tremendously. But we're down here at COVID lows. We dropped below the COVID low. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. So I'm not saying it's so beat up we have to buy it, because things can go down a lot longer than we can remain solvent. But I am looking for a dead cat bounce. I sold part of it this morning, and now I'm looking to add the part that I sold. I sold 2/3 this morning. I want to add 1/3 back. I want to pull back buy. Netflix. Oh, thank you, Raf. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So just a reminder before you hop off, if any of you are going to hop off to go listen to Dan in 4 minutes, just a reminder, we have the Tradr Pro Alert this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern. I tweeted out 6 p.m. earlier And thank goodness Joey caught it and I was able to delete it about 2 minutes after. But just a special note on the webinar tonight that Dan is hosting, which he's the GOAT, at 5 p.m. Eastern this evening. It's at 5 p.m. And if you can't make it live, that's okay. Hop on that link that is pinned at the top of this channel. Hop on that and you can sign up for the webinar and you'll receive an email of the webinar, recorded webinar afterwards if you're unable to attend live. Back to Queen of the Mountain trades. So Netflix. This is a beautiful chart. This is a trampoline pattern. We have this rounded bottom. It was unable to break above 252 and it pulled back, but I still like the construction of this chart. I like the squeeze. I like that we're holding 50 RSI. Someone did not give Netflix the memo that, hey, the market has been pretty bad. It's holding up great. It's over all the daily moving averages. So I like a pullback buy of Netflix for you swingers out there. So I like that for a swing trade. Rivian. Rivian had news yesterday. I'm honestly, I kind of just put it in one ear and out the other. I think it was something with deliveries. It's up 7% this morning, but I think there's a trade there for first 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours. I think that there's a trade set up there on Rivian. All right. Y'all are cracking me up. So you have support here at 31.45 and 31.01 on a pullback. I wouldn't assume that we would pull back that far on Rivian because of this news, but I do like a 5-minute oversold bounce trade. TTD, I'm dusting off this setup, y'all. When did we talk about this setup? Was it last week? I think it was last week. This daily downtrend line, we have the squeeze here. We have this wonderful squeeze. So I'm looking for a push above these daily EMAs. I like TTD long and I like it for a swing, for a multi-day swing. So the only huge headline risk that we know of is on Friday with the non-farm payroll. So at least we don't have an FOMC announcement, at least a scheduled one this week, and anything can happen with Russia, which would be awful. But I'm looking for a long on TTD and I control my risk with options. So I can swing a call vertical, or I can sell a put vertical, or swing just a naked option, whatever. On TTD long, I like it for a pullback buy, and that is my Queen of the Mountain, is TTD. And I like an Apple pullback. That's the other Queen of the Mountain, and I just want it near these EMAs. I don't want it up here. And first 5-minute oversold back burner, that's the Queen of the Mountain, most important setup for me today. So let's see. Thanks, Sharon. Yes, the webinar will be recorded. Yeah, lost profit. So you have to have RSI on your chart. So this purple down here, this is just the basic RSI that comes with TradingView, and I don't change any of the settings. By the way, if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the... Oh, that's... Sorry about that. That's my alarm that Dan will be going live. I set alarms for everything. So you can click on the video description below and you'll have a link, set a link to get a PDF explanation as to what all these colors mean. But back to RSI, you click on indicators. Nope, that's not what you do. You click on alert and you pick RSI and tell me when it's approaching oversold. You could do 31 if say, or if you just want to know when it is oversold. And tell me one time or once per bar. Do you want to be notified on the app, show a pop-up, send an email, create. And now you have your RSI alert. And I believe we just released a video on how to set a TradingView alert, by the way. So look for that. And then we have a YouTube video as well, how to set up your chart like Dan or Lori. Have a good one. We're going to go listen to Dan. Thank y'all for being here. And I hope to see all of you on this webinar this evening. I'll be in chat looking to answer any questions you may have. Thanks for joining us. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, hit the like button, or just hit a button and use stop losses.